welcome back to Chortle Games Live, and welcome back to Forward Compatible. It is day 2. Oh, good, my phone actually loaded this time. It is day 2 of our Alan Wake coverage. I think we're close to the end of episode 2. Last we left off. So we're just going to pick it up from there. For a couple hours. Not going to be as long as last night, but that's okay. I think you'll all forgive me for that. So let's get started. Oh no. Okay, good. I think this is where I left off. I was about to be a little upset because I realized that the save file was like Steam Cloud. And it was like, wait, is that my save file? Okay. Take a sip of water before I get going. Gotta let everybody know. That I'm live. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Jake already did it. What a guy. What's that?
Logging is a hazardous occupation.
And that's the chainsaw. Awesome. I don't like how resilient this guy's light shield is. Thank you, Jake. I appreciate it. I know I'm a little earlier, hey Hayes, than I said I was going to be, but I've got a hard out around 9, and by around I mean probably a little bit before 9, so I figured I'd try to get as close to 2 hours as possible. So I think we're close to the end of this episode. Episode being level 9. Sentinels. We're so close to finishing this first campaign that it was just like, might as well try to get some Sentinels in, because I made a lot of progress last night.
Barry?
Ow! The porch is covered with birds. They've got all Hitchcock on me.
Stay out of sight. I'm on my way. Don't open the door.
What am I, crazy?
Stay hidden. I'll be there soon. Just make sure you keep the lights on.
I'm gonna up the volume, speech volume.
I still had to reach Barry at the cabin, but at least I was out of the woods.
Now you say that, but last time I heard you say that you were out of the woods, there was a chainsaw. So is that a different chainsaw, or have we yet to see all the saws, you know? Alright, cool. That's nice.
I'd have to get the car from the locked garage. It would get me back to Barry faster, and the headlights were a welcome bonus.
Can't jump on top of that. Hold on, sorry. Facebook, what are you doing? Okay, cool. I posted to Facebook. I shared the link and I commented onto it. Time for more thrilling flashlight pointing. But originally it looked like the link did not share with it, so it just looked like I was talking about
agent's command froze me in place.
flashlights.
I considered surrender. It was all falling apart anyway. I could give in, let someone else deal with it, but it felt all wrong. Call it instinct, his posture, the way he held the gun. He was no friend. Shots ringing in my ears, I leaped for the hole in the fence and stumbled into the darkness beyond.
That sounds like a bad situation. That's inevitable.
I had to find the key to the garage.
Ugh. Did not like that. And you guys wonder why
I needed the garage
I was
key
so
to get to the
distrusting
car.
of toilets in Control. This is exactly why.
A story is not a machine that does what you tell it. A story is a beast with a life of its own. You can create it, shape it, but as the story grows, it starts wanting things of its own. Change one thing and you set off a chain reaction of events that spreads through the whole thing. The characters have to be true to themselves. The events need to follow a logic that fits the story. A single flaw and the magic is gone. The story dies. Alice dies.
You can learn about nature yourself.
That's not fair. Let's check the women's restroom again, see if I missed anything. Suspiciously, there are no toilets in this restroom. There's also no sinks. Is that what this closed sign is? Okay, closed for renovation. Okay. Weird. What a weird detail. Oh, there's driving in this game. Goodness. I don't remember those. Got him. I see a thermos. What a strange segment of the game. Looking for supplies as I go. There's definitely something over there. Is that more hunting rifle? Heck yes. I have to do this to every stack I find. Okay, wow, that was... Twice now I've missed a point-blank stack of cans that was not moving. And I call myself an author. Ooh, I can switch out cars? That's cool. They made all the cars drivable. I guess that's in case I wreck this truck, which it looks like I very well might. Let's go. Okay. Oh yeah, this car is not gonna last much longer by the look of it. Did you just throw an axe at my car? Yep, that's it for that car. I can't waste a perfectly good hunting rifle on him. Let's hope that Jeep is drivable. Gotta check. Whenever there's a light, you know, just kind of sitting there, you have to check, you know? It's always worth it. Coffee thermos. Totally worth it. That's what we want.
There was no misunderstanding. Cauldron Lake was where Alice and I had stayed. But there was no cabin, and no island. I was missing a week. What had happened to me? What had happened to Alice? I had to get her back. I couldn't face life without her.
Aha, there you are. I thought I could sense something behind me. Alan cannot run for very long before he starts having an asthma attack, apparently. Hey, Koloff. Spooky time indeed. You have not missed much. Just, I can drive a car now. That's basically all you've missed. Did that move on its own? Okay, guess I'm walking again. You know, it really feels like, at least at this lodge, whatever it is. I didn't like that. That an apocalyptic level event is happening. But like, meanwhile, Pat over at the radio station is just like, oh hey, it's me, Pat, with the radio. Nothing to see here.
The
Give
flare
me
gun
that
was
flare
probably
gun.
the best weapon I could imagine against the dark things I was facing.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh. Alan! Hey, Anna. Oh. Ooh. Whew. Thankful for this hunting rifle. Oh, no more Night Springs? What? Okay, that was weird. Thank you for the heal. I'm sure I'll need it.
It was the kidnapper.
You son of a bitch! Where's my wife?
Enough horseplay, Wake. You deliver the manuscript, and you can have your woman back. Simple as that.
I don't... Listen. Listen. I'm gonna need time to finish it. I still need to write the ending. I need... a week.
Not done?
I need a week.
2 days. The old Bright Falls coal mine is nearby. You can find it easy, city boy. The main building, there at noon. You bring the manuscript, you'll get your wife. If not, well, get me?
Yes, yes, I get you.
Why does he want the man? Yo, wow. Ugh, that's gonna suck.
Barry had talked about birds over the phone.
Alright, message received. I'll use the flare gun. Wow, it's from our friendly graffiti artist.
Ow! Ow! I am so glad you're here. A couple of them got in here before I blocked the chimney. This isn't normal. These birds are weird.
Alright. We're just doing one swarm at a time. Because I can deal with it. Oh my gosh.
Ow! Make them go away, please!
How about you just let me in?
Goddamn horrible situation is that I'm not allergic to birds.
What?
Oh, crap.
I only get one group. Okay, I guess flare gun it is, because I keep getting flare gun ammo.
Barry, you can open the door now. They're gone.
Please?
Hey, Al.
Oh, batteries.
I'm sorry for thinking you were having a psychotic episode, man.
I sent Barry to the town to ask around about a man fitting the kidnapper's description. He'd go through the archives of the local paper. Perhaps he could learn something. Anything about the island and the cabin that had disappeared. The man wanted a manuscript. I had to try to write him one to get Alice back.
Welcome back, Haggis.
For me, the supernatural had always been nothing but a metaphor for the human psyche, a tool to use in writing fiction. Now, it was happening for real, and I couldn't put a single word on paper.
Barry Wheeler speaking.
This is Rose.
Rose?
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Oh no.
Oh, you sweet, brilliant girl.
Could you and Mr. Wake come get them? I live in the trailer park outside the town.
We'll be there in less than an hour.
I know.
See you soon.
Have a great day.
Poor Rose.
Hope you come back soon. Welcome to the old
dear diner.
Good girl.
That's episode 2. But the stream is not over. We're only just beginning.
Come here. Pretty please. Can you tell me where I am? You.
This game was made to be a TV show, I swear.
Previously on Alan Wake, Alice has been kidnapped.
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
I can't tell anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her.
You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head.
The ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Good girl.
How the hell did she get her hands on the manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI.
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
How soon do you think
looking
we're gonna have
for
to kill
Rose.
This
Randolph?
is a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and
Yeah,
this,
talk about that in front of the
most
crazy
this stuff
trailer
takes place around
part.
Cauldron Lake.
Well,
Guy.
you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians
Oh,
thought the
the
lake
actual-
was the
okay.
doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving.
So
much
Tom the
that
poet is
place
Thomas
came to be
Zane.
called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Yeah, how about that? It was there in the morning.
What?
As if it had fallen from the sky. But it would take a tornado to lift something like that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers.
Is that an actual statement? Like, is that a saying? Is that just a Hazdom? How is a hot dog and a chili dog the same price?
Come on, mister. I'll take you to Rose's trailer.
Belly burster's $16. Good lord, what goes on a hot dog to make it $16?
Just follow me.
Rabbit
It's not
food.
far.
Ha. Ha.
It gets better. A local
Oh my
girl,
God, Barry.
Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
So
Sure, Jagger's a local spook story. The Scratching Hag comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
So that's the love
Anyway,
story. It was
Al, I'm just
Thomas
getting to the
Zane
best
and
part.
the
All of
Lady
the
in
articles
Black.
about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
Did the escort mission have to be with a guy that has a limp? Proceed.
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
Let Barry answer the door.
Oh dear, Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes.
Alan,
Please come in.
you're a writer. Surely you could tell that
Hey,
this is
really good.
really off.
Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry. She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al? Al, what's... Oh...
Barry! What? What?
Now I don't need the cardboard cutout.
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
What?
I felt nauseous.
Oh.
Only anger kept me going.
Oh God.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
I am terrified of the review of this game. I have no idea what I'm going to say because this story's out there, you know? Just when I think I've got a grip on it,
Rose took a day from me.
I feel like I'm
I had
wrong.
less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First refill is free. Milk and sugar on the counter there. Would you like to hear today's specials? Thank you. A nice day.
Cooking with
Come
corn.
back.
72 tasty recipes. Now that's what Alan needs to be writing. Corn recipes.
Barry was out of it. He was way too heavy to carry.
Awesome.
You're right. I deserve more money. I'm so handsome.
Alright.
My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a... Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station.
Well,
to get Barry into the
police
car
are
as
after me.
quickly as possible. There was no time to waste.
Let's look over here. Good Lord, Alan. Runs for 3 seconds and starts wheezing. Who put this radio here? I was here like, what, a few hours ago? Okay.
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air, and let me tell you, the weather's getting heavy. Nights like this make me especially glad I'm here talking to you and not home in bed. Once the weather takes a turn like this, I can't sleep at all. It's all tangled bed sheets and dark thoughts, punctuated by the occasional plunge into nightmare. Is it just me? Well, perhaps it is. But I hope I can make the night a little bit easier to get through. Caller, you're on KBF FM. Hey, Pat, it's Walt Snyder. What's on your mind, Walt?
Well, I am the way you are, but, well, I can't sleep either, you know? I just been staring out the window here, trying to make sense of it all, but, I ain't been drinking either, you know?
He's probably been drinking a little bit.
Like a man with a problem, Walt.
I had argument with Danny, and, then I got in trouble with the law, and, I'm just, well...
I heard something like that, Walt.
Yeah, well, he's, Danny's my best friend, and, they let me on bail today, and now I'm just alone here at the window, waiting. Man, and there's something in the air tonight, man.
I was just outside looking up at the sky above our broadcast tower thinking the same thing. What are you waiting for, Walt?
I don't know. Something's gonna happen. I think I better go.
Well, Walt, maybe...
No, thanks, Pat.
Well, good luck to you, Walt. Hang in there. Let's take a little break, folks. This weather's really something else, huh?
Interesting. Thermos. I made, oh gosh, there's Randolph up there. He's waiting for me. I made chicken and dumplings for dinner with the slow cooker. And it actually turned out really good. I ate way too much of it, so I feel nauseous. But it was good.
Oh, you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest! You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Slane!
Good God!
What are you? I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
What kind of FBI agent was that?
I hated to leave Barry behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Give it up, Mr. Wake. Come on. Take it easy now.
Don't let him get away.
Oh, I'm gonna hate this.
I'll have you shot if you let him get away.
My arm itches. That does not look like a stable bridge.
There he is.
No, he's not.
Okay, men. Keep your eyes peeled. He's gonna try to make it through here.
Oh!
Oh, damn.
Man out.
No, flares are good, Alan. That's light. Wait, Hayes, you've never had chicken and dumplings? Oh my gosh. How can you live in the South and not have chicken and dumplings? It's amazing.
He's gone. Come on, guys. We need to head him off.
This seems like a good time to stop and
For
read.
decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the writer on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
You should change that, Hayes. Let's go to Cracker Barrel sometime. So you can eat some chicken and dumplings. They have really good chicken and dumplings. Oh! Headlights are still on.
Come in, Agent Nightingale. This is Sheriff Breaker. Over.
Nightingale, over.
What on earth is going on? My deputies tell me you fired at Wake, and he didn't have a gun. You almost hit a civilian instead. Over.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase. I don't have time for this.
Well, make the time. You can't just go shooting at people in my town. Over.
I'm a federal agent pursuing a fugitive. You want to discuss my methods, Sheriff?
How am I a fugitive?
You stay right where you are, Agent Nightingale. I'm on my way. Out.
Drop hazard, good to know.
Search the area. Stay sharp. This way. Over here.
Oh.
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
Wait, are you seriously telling me that Ryder just took out my deputies? Are you kidding? I mean, this guy, he wears a tweed jacket. Over.
He's the guy we're chasing. If it's not him, who then? Bigfoot? Over.
I don't know yet, but I'm not in the habit of jumping to conclusions. That tends to come back and bite you in the ass. Out.
You mean to tell me that geek writer did this? That nerd in the tweed jacket? Ooh, can I have that? It's a powerful light.
You on the ground. Hold it right there. There's nowhere to run. Freeze!
How'd they mobilize a helicopter to this? Do I really want a helicopter? Oh no. Okay. How did birds do that? Oof. Welcome back, Kolal. Oh man, excuse me. Wonder if there's anything spooky to see. I'm gonna look around for a second. Guess not.
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over.
Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why, they were... Hey, what are you... Come on.
Sit down and give me that.
James, Mulligan here. Over.
Go ahead, Mulligan. Over.
We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, you know what I mean. Over.
I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over.
Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both. Over.
Gotcha. You better get them here quickly. The, Fed's gonna want to interview Wheeler. Over.
Oh, yeah, I bet he does. Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
Oh, can I look through this one?
I could see the lights of the radio station in the distance.
Oh no, Pat. What's gonna happen to Pat?
I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine. Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a light.
Time to use a turret. Okay. Flashlight? Is that a flashlight? It is. Look at that. Got any more of those manuscript pages? Best mechanic is the cranking system. I don't know about that, Hayes. I'm a huge fan of the coffee thermos collecting.
To recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
We got flashbangs. This is gonna be good. I cannot wait to throw a flashbang. It's gonna be great. Oh. Ah! Alright, now. Oh! See a light. The light's gonna die when I approach it, isn't it? This is a hard game to talk over, you know? I feel like there's just a lot happening. Oh, perfect. That's exactly what I needed. Oh, wow. Yeah, some of the voice acting is not good in this game. But some of it is good. you go, Hayes. More of that cranking action you love. So it's a safe spot. I will not waste another flashbang on you. Get away from me. Get out of my face. Ah. Hayes, message me on Discord and just like send me a message that says something like, talk to me after the stream, because I just remembered that I told you we were gonna talk about a potential opportunity thing for Extra Life. I don't want to forget again. Okay, back the hell up. Get out of here.
I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
Oh, why, hello, Lorna. What do you have for us? Thank you very much for that passionate view.
Oh my gosh. Galen, add that. It's my mom calling.
Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in, folks. I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
Really, Pat? Right now?
Come on in, Mr. Wake. Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt her.
Whoa. Everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him.
What?
What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
What kind of...
Falling off so many cliffs, it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine.
So, this game is cheesy. I forgot how cheesy it was, but it's cheesy in a meta way. To where it's like, I still am under the impression or the belief or whatever that everything that's happening is what Alan wrote. And Alan is a horror author in the vein of like Stephen King. So like, everything feels very corny because it's through his mind. If that makes sense.
Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. "Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you?" Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation.
Glad Pat didn't die. Come on. Come on. There we go. Ow. Haha, I got a gun. Alright. And they're gone. I'm just glad I've got a gun now. Feels good to shoot a gun again.
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
Almost as if you wrote them to be here. Give me that shotgun. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Walk in. Walk in, see what happens. Oof. Come on, dodge, dang it. That's better. Alright. I'll be here, Hayes. Does this heal me? No, it does not. And light, you can hurt them. Is that a manuscript page? Sure looks like one.
The bulldozer's engine roared to life. Mud and rocks flew as it fought for traction. It crashed through the concrete wall and landed heavily in the yard. If it were an animal, it would have shaken its head after the impact, fixed its eyes on me, and charged. Of course, it had no head, nor eyes. Shadows crawled on its form, twisting it into a monster. Then, it came for me.
Just realized how hard it's raining outside. So you guys have probably been able to hear that for a little while. Another page.
Sarah trusted her gut, and her gut said Agent Nightingale was an asshole. He felt wrong, and it wasn't just the smell of stale booze. It was in the way he flashed his badge, pulled rank, the look in his eyes when he wanted answers. Where was Alan Wake? What was this about an accident? Where was his wife? And most importantly, why did she let Wake go? He wouldn't answer her questions. Federal business was all he'd say.
Oh gosh, a train. Supplies! Yay! What awful thing is about to happen?
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan, I'm so afraid. He keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. It's something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me. The pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage before it flew at me again.
We're about to have to fight inanimate objects now? I guess I already have. I see you. Awesome. I am set. What was that?
I could see a railway bridge up ahead, and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
Follow. Okay, didn't really need that. Are you taken?
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Oh my gosh. I have to fight inanimate objects. I was joking earlier, game. I was joking. Ow! That's so buggy.
Some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there. The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Okay, these things.
Some sort on the opposite.
I'm trying to rush it. I need to just not
try
to rush it. Zoinks, Scoob. Did Pat die? No, he did not.
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Oh my gosh, I'm trapped. I just realized that. I'm gonna use so many freaking batteries. Ow. Ow! That's annoying.
I slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me.
So I wonder who he's talking about there. I would assume that it's Nightingale.
As a teenager,
Maybe the kidnapper?
I started to get interested in writing. Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
Got a heavy-duty flashlight. I think I'm going to use some shotgun. It seems like shotgun time.
Did you call 911?
That was a terrible throw. What? Rigged. Okay. Better. Cheeseburgers I made were okay. Well, that's good, Alico. Or Alico, not Alico. Koloff. Glad to hear that. In light, you can hurt them. Just making sure I didn't miss anything out here. Excellent. Night Springs? Yes, Night Springs.
Existence for granted, unaware that they are merely a thin veneer of desperate self-delusion, covering a vast cosmos of madness and horror. All too often, the stars are right. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, a family occasion. Journalist Alvin Durleth's trip to study the local customs of an insular community in Night Springs has been less than successful. Until tonight.
Well, I'm glad you changed your minds about this. Ancient customs, local mythology. My editor loves this kind of stuff.
Well, Mr. Durleth, we don't want to feel like we're on exhibition. But you have demonstrated the seriousness of your intent.
Oh, I am serious. Really, just do your thing. I'll stay out of your way and observe.
Actually, I thought you could assist us. I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
Could I really?
Of course, Mr. Durleth.
Well, I guess that's the least I... What would I have to do?
Oh, here. Let me show you with a kiss.
What did you...
Oh, Mr. Durleth, you have well pleased Nixie Perka, the dweller in flesh.
What?
Your body shall host his 1,000 young, and all shall be glory. Shh, darling, be calm. Shh.
Alvin Durleth learned a harsh lesson. If you go looking for mythology, it may come looking for you. And such quests always bear fruit. In Night Springs.
Good lord. That was a weird one.
Ooh. The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
The kidnapper dropped the flare. So does that mean that it was the kidnapper that gets consumed by the darkness? Oh, here comes the bulldozer that I read about earlier. This is a very weird boss fight. Oh, what? Good lord, that thing moved fast. No Kolov. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Alico. There's only one ending. I think. Oh my god. This is gonna be annoying. That was a wasted grenade. Good job, Steven. Please be done. Cool. I love chicken and dumplings Kolov. It's the best.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine.
Oh, the sun was totally right. That's weird.
The coal mine wasn't far now. Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
I was gonna try to push this off the cliff. Welcome back, Hayes. I miss Barry. I need to get Barry back.
Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the Dark Presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity. Even during daytime, I was being stalked. The bridge must have collapsed only moments after I'd crossed it.
I don't don't know, Koloff. I don't know if you saw Agent Nightingale. He's not a safe person to be around. That's not a manuscript page. That's just a very conveniently placed light. Yep. I totally got goofed there. He did shoot at me. Unprovoked.
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. And I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, a little music.
When does Pat go home? Like he's the nighttime radio host, but does the man sleep? It's morning. I mean, just look at this, guys. This game is beautiful. I considered that a possibility, Koloff. I'm not gonna lie.
Welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me that's strange because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you need to do a lot of looking, sure. But the idea that there's that one special person out there for you, and if you miss that chance, it's gone forever and you're forever incomplete. I mean, isn't that depressing? Or, heck, childish even? There's plenty of fish in the sea.
And apparently a fisherman has a fishing analogy for everything, but what you're saying, isn't that a little harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How is that harsh?
Yeah, well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well, I don't...
Dating advice from Alan
I
Wake.
can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one. She was. And I let her drift away from me. Maybe I didn't put in the work, I don't know, but, well, since then, and it was a long time ago, but since then, there hasn't been anyone, not like her. And I'm not saying I dwell on her or haven't moved on. I like my life. I'm not living in the past. But I do miss the way she completed me.
You can't argue with the heart, Pat.
I'm sorry, folks. I had kind of a scary experience last night, and let's just say it's shaken a few things loose.
I'm not sure how many episodes there are, Koloff. Maybe 5, 6? Well, no, because that doesn't... Oh, no. There's only 2 more radio shows left in the game. What's gonna happen to Pat? I'm gonna take this car. He seemed like a nice car. Vroom vroom. In me mom's car. Check out that sick drift.
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
Oh, and the worst part is, Koloff, we might have missed a radio show or two, so we might not have any more Pat in the game. He might be gone.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around by
You
you.
want to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello! Ah! I'm gonna kill him!
I had to get to Mirror Peak.
Oh! Oh no!
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
Oh good, I still got my shotgun. Oh.
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man, and without any seeming effort, she had changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle
my favorite
he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all,
That's a good question,
her
Colo.
words flow, strong and sharp. She was his muse.
I do like Snickers. Snickers are good. I like peanuts a lot in candy bars. Ow. Also, those explode. I should have known. I do love Reese's. I love peanut butter. Ha! Blocked. Gosh, this game hurts my eyes sometimes. Sweet and salty's hard to beat, Kolov. Good answer. Is there anyone else here other than Kolov? Or is it just me and Kolov? I don't like whatever's going on in there. Glad you're still here, guys. That hurt my eyes. Discord saying I have a few messages. Alright, we're gonna go back inside. Whew. Okay, let's maybe also, Hayes, I'm an idiot because I just read the message you sent me and now it's like I'm not going to have that notification anymore. So if you could just send me a message again, it could even be like, hey, dum-dum, don't read this. Anything, really. That's how I set reminders for myself. I text myself and just don't read the text. You know? I'm a disorganized person.
The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
Electrocution can kill a man. The tires spun. I can't. I make fun of Alan's monologues, but I actually love them. They're a great narrative tool. This, man, the drifting in this game. I full on missed him. Just call me Drift King. Let's go. I'm just gonna kill all these guys. So that's kind of the point, Kolov. Alan feels like he's losing his sanity. But writers are just generally interesting people. I imagine horror writers are especially interesting. They just kind of have to be weird, you know, to have that ability, that skill to get in someone's head and freak them out. Oh, we jousting? Am I jousting with the darkness now? Oh. Oh. Please let me leave. That sucked. Oh, no, that's the door I just fled through. There are more footsteps. Oh my god. I got flares for days, boys. You got nowhere to go. I'm afraid to use those explosive barrels, if I'm being completely honest with myself. Because I don't know if they can burn off darkness, or if they're just trust no one in the dark, okay? Or if they just, you know, hurt things that already have the darkness burned off of them. It's a whole thing. I just don't want to waste the bullets, you know? I value my bullets in this game. It's a horror game, you have to.
Some of the Taken retained echoes of their former selves, but these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell covered and filled with darkness. In most cases, these puppets were enough for the purposes of the dark presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him.
Not on the channel, Kolov. But we did, we've all played it. Just not on the channel. I did not like that. Cool.
There was no way the flashbang grenades were standard power company equipment.
Really? If you're just tuning in, welcome to the stream. Don't be shy. Say hello in the chat if you would like to. Sorry, I was checking my phone. I haven't seen the goo piles in a little while. Jared Hooper, aloha. This is a game I haven't seen before. Really? Okay, well, that's not too surprising because it was kind of a cult classic on the Xbox 360. The Power Lady, have I seen her? Well, other than at the diner, if that's who you're talking about. No, Andrew, I haven't. So, Jared, if you're familiar with Quantum Break or the original Max Payne games or Control, more recently, this is a game made by those people, Remedy. They are known for making story-rich action shooters. Action's kind of redundant word there. Story-rich third-person shooters. Let's say that. It really doesn't. Although the people that have played this game remember it pretty fondly. And it's easy to see why. It's very different. Ooh. How about no? Oh, you would love Remedy then, Jared. Literally their whole thing is just games that are rich in gameplay, but also super rich in story. Nope. Oh my god. So basically, Jared, oh my gosh. These things literally exist just to be a nuisance. Basically, we are Alan Wake. He is a struggling writer who hasn't successfully written anything. Well, he hasn't really even been able to write anything, period, in 2 years. His wife, Alice, takes him on vacation to a place called Bright Falls. That's where we currently are. And he thinks that it's his chance to escape, to just get away, to focus more on being happy. And Alice is trying to help him find his inspiration again. They fight. She goes missing. Alan wakes up 7 days later with no memory of what happened within that 7 days that he lost. Come to find out, there are these pages spread across town. Oh my god. That are a manuscript credited to him. Because in that 7-day interval, he wrote basically the manuscript of the events that would happen following his waking up. So basically he wrote in a typewriter that bent reality to its will. Also, these things are consumed by a darkness, and you have to burn the darkness off of them in order to hurt them, which is why I have the flashlight. And that's basically where we are in the story. You're caught up. 1 second, I have to respond to a text message. Got about 20 minutes before I've got to call the stream.
I stared through the bars of the jail cell. Barry stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent.
It's like a mixture of a Stephen King novel with some Twilight Zone, all happening in an episode of Twin Peaks. Kind of. I don't know. But yeah, he's there's this dark entity that dwells within Bright Falls that has used writers in the past to basically bring it back to life. That's kind of what I'm gathering. I've played this game before, but what's odd about the story for this one is that I don't remember most of the plot. I just remember a lot of the execution. So it does feel like I'm playing through this for the first time again. And I think it's because when I played it the first time, I was still a bit younger. Like, I was a younger teenager who wasn't really paying attention to the story as much as I could have been. Or maybe I'm just super duper forgetful. That's also totally plausible. Come on, swing at me, swing at me. Okay. I deserve that. Oof! So, Control, which you may be familiar with, Jared, the game that came out 2 months ago, is actually a direct sequel to Alan Wake, kind of. In it, we learned that there is this thing called the Bureau of Control, the Federal Bureau of Control, that analyze these things called altered world events and objects of power. Basically, anything supernatural. It's like SCP Containment Breach, if you're familiar with that. And in it, we find out that Alan Wake and what happened here in Bright Falls and Alan Wake's typewriter, that was all an altered world event, and the typewriter is a object of power. So Remedy is potentially doing something big in the future with all of their games that have come out in the past 10 years or so. And I cannot wait to see what they do. Backtrack a little bit just to make sure that... Okay.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
Oh yes, pump action. Yes. Yes, yes. Yes. Please don't. Please. Okay, cool. Oh, never mind. Not cool. Jared, what system are you on? My objective marker keeps changing back and forth. Now that was some shooting right there. Having a mouse and keyboard does have its perks. Okay. What are you on the gaming sabbatical for? Just personally taking a break? Because I have seriously considered doing that at some point. I feel like it would do me good. Let's use a shotgun. Don't move. Wow. You just straight up pushed me. Also, the pump action shotgun is not very good. That's disappointing. If you have sensitive retinas, cover them now. Whew. Wow. That's pretty awesome, Jared. Not gonna lie. I've considered, especially this past week, doing something like that, just taking a break from it, trying to spark some old hobbies. But I'm honestly afraid is not the right word. I'm hesitant to do it because I got you. I'm hesitant because I would honestly kind of miss these interactions. Because I don't get out much, and not having video games probably wouldn't change that, if I'm being honest. I'm not much of a socialite. So I really look forward to these interactions I have with people like you guys throughout the week. And I feel like I would miss it.
The dark presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
Andrew, are you still here?
The graveyard shift may cause cancer.
What? What? Whoa. I don't like this guy. This guy gives me the heebie-jeebies. Oh yeah, Jared, these things talk all the time. In fact, when they get taken is what it's called, when the darkness consumes them. it's like their minds are stuck on one thought. Like this girl who worked at a diner got taken, and she was just like, "Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. Would you like some coffee? Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. Would you like some coffee?" Like, basically they get stuck with one thought on replay as they're controlled by this other entity. It's super creepy. Sometimes it's pretty funny. Like when that thing just yelled, "Night shift may cause cancer." Oh no. No, 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 no. Whew! Whew!
Things were never as simple in real life as in fiction. I had lost count of the times I had wished there'd be a clear reason for my writer's block. Something to fight. Something to lash out on. There wasn't. I was filled with doubt. I was nothing like the hero in my books. Alex Casey had gone through his life with single-minded determination, never wavering from his goal. Even now, I was angry at myself, angry at Alice, angry at Barry. I was fumbling and I had no plan.
Dang. That's relatable. The darkness can possess inanimate objects as well. I was being attacked by a bunch of pipes earlier, and it actually killed me 3 times. The next checkpoint, I'm gonna call the stream. Probably. Oh man. I'm feeling really nauseous. I'll go a little bit further. Ugh. Haunted ice chest. Or whatever that is. No, 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 no. Oh! Alright. I think that's a good place to stop. Sorry if you're just tuning in. I've got a prior engagement in about 10 minutes, so I need to be wrapping it here. But if you are just tuning in and aren't familiar with what's going on, I will be playing through Alan Wake all week. This is the second episode of the stream, of the full stream playthrough. Sorry. Whenever I do these wrap-ups unrehearsed, I always trip myself up several times. I even tripped myself up just then trying to say how I tripped myself up. Gosh. Being awkward is cool. Glad you enjoyed it, Jared. I hope to see you back here throughout the week. So this is all going to culminate in a review on Monday. I'm playing through Alan Wake to see if it's as good as I remember it being. And then once I've, collected all of my notes and thoughts and beaten the game, that's when the review will come out on Monday. So look forward to that. And then next week we'll be back to our regular stuff. So tomorrow there will be a stream at about 8 p.m. Central Time, sometime around there. So come check it out. Hope to see you guys there. But thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.